well. What is it?
So yesterday he cannot make the LED connected.
They should have the proper LED for the drawing.
Then I need to go to the workshop to find a connector.
Fun. Another day living the dream. Everyone says, open a gym, it'll be fun, it'll be easy. Little do they know. Hey bro, how are you? That's Alan, our gym attendant. Dennis, boss. Let's go have a look how we're looking this morning. Morning, boys. Morning. We have some progress finally on the cafe booths. Concrete getting rendered. So it's starting to look smooth and nice finally. These boys work quite late and early, so it's only 8 a.m. and they're already on the job, which makes me happy. And then we have the cafe bar, which is starting to look nice. Oh yes, nice and smooth. So it'll get fully polished and it'll be like shiny. Calming girl. Have you seen the new receptionist?
Yeah. Have you seen my story?
How? What did you put on it?
I mentioned you. Already, bro.
He's actually not the receptionist, he's the security. I'm just gonna break in.
I love your new security. This is sick, bro.
Cuts as well. Chrome finish, undefeated fist. Got the undefeated in through the rock base. I'm very happy about this one. I think it looks so sick how the LEDs like reflect on it. Slowly coming together here in like the USA college style locker room with the big numbers. I like it. I see the number man must have got a little bit tired at the end. It's gone so great. All these numbers good. 82, 84, 83. Just fell apart on the last number. Got the wrong order. It's not so well. Got these lights fixed finally.
Oh, much better now.
They look much nicer, yeah? This light looks better. The lights around here are better now. Fix the lights for the ice bath.
Also, it goes sandblast, which actually is a massage.
The lights are totally good. And just yesterday, we had the red ones fixed for the hot bath. I think it looks sick now. So just waiting to get the hot bath and the cold bath pumps and temperature regulators working. Get the TVs put on the wall. Still need to install an exhaust fan in the hot bath because they didn't give me that, which was a big fuck up on the architect's side, but it's coming. It's coming. We'll have a look at the pool. Pool is big problems. Big problem with the pool. I started installing the vertical gardens. So it'll be like different textured plants on these 3 panels. Give it a bit of life. But this is my my big headache is the pool. The last builders just have not sealed the pool, and I got, I think it was 12 water trucks to come fill the pool again, and the level's still going down so much. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Is there something wrong with the filter? There must be water going somewhere. And then we just found that it has not been sealed along the whole side, so all the water is just seeping into the concrete, which is bad problem, which probably means I need to empty the pool fully, probably take all the tiles off, re-concrete, reseal, retile, refill, and it's not cheap. So just, yeah, the daily headaches of trying to open a gym. And we might even have another big problem because the hot and the cold bath machines have been put underground here by the last builder. I was speaking with the specialist who does the recovery areas from some of the other big gyms in Bali, and he was saying that these machines most likely need to be like outdoor with full airflow. So it's quite likely that these aren't going to work. I'm going to have to move them either out onto the wall here or drill through the wall here and put them on the other side, or move them up onto the top and wall mount them. But it's going to be a costly, painful thing as well. But yeah, it's been a tough few weeks just finding like all the problems. Like even though my architect plans, I have ACs in multiple areas of the recovery. When they've built it, they haven't put any allocation for ventilation or ACs. So now, out of my own pocket and above the budget, I have to pay to get someone to drill into the roof again, drill into the walls, run the new ACs, patch it back up, paint it back up. It's been, I mean, it never should have been this hard, I don't think. Never should have been this long. I don't know if I'm just super unlucky or these are just normal, if this is just normal adversity you have to face when trying to do mega projects. But it has felt pretty rough. Like, I don't think it was supposed to be this painful and this expensive. It does feel unlucky. It feels like way too many things have gone wrong and I've been betrayed and let down by way too many people. But I mean, it gets to me sometimes and I grapple with it, but what are you going to do? You can cry about it and play the victim, or you can just try and solve the problem. So I'm trying to keep a positive frame of mind and just focus on moving forward and solving problems rather than asking questions like, why didn't you do this? Why is it like this? Or the could have, should have, would have game, which just doesn't get us anywhere. So we keep moving forward and just tackle one problem at a time. Oh, good song.
We on a ultralight beam. We on a ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. This is everything. Deliver us serenity.
My favourite part of each day, walking up into the especially when it's empty. Peace. A gym that actually has cold water in Bali. I don't believe it. I swear all the other gyms are serving like room temp water. It's feral.
Okay, you look bigger by the way. Has the bulking season started?
You trying to say I look fatter?
Nah. Why you guys always say that?
No, everything is bigger, to be honest. Bigger muscle, bigger fat, bigger head. So the bulk season has begun, and to be honest, it should have started earlier, but I was just caught in like the comfort zone trap after the show, like because the food goes up, so it's a comfortable amount of food, and I'm not hungry and I'm satisfied, and I'm not pushing anything, and the body stays quite lean, so you feel good and like aesthetic. But then just in the last few weeks, I kind of had some reflection, and I was like checking on myself, like what is my goal here? Is it to just build a little bit of muscle this year? And it's like, fuck no. Like this is my first off season or improvement season as a pro, and I want to make a really big impact. And don't get it twisted, I want to get to the Olympia. And so I had to ask myself, is what I'm doing right now, chilling in the comfort zone, you know, enjoying myself, is that going to get me to the Olympia? And I just don't believe that unless you have amazing genetics that you can get to the Olympia while being in the comfort zone. And a quote that I use, or I remind myself often when I'm struggling in business, is your most miserable times are also generally your periods of the most growth. So I think to really transform the physique, it needs to be outside of the comfort zone, and perhaps, you know, you're going to feel a little bit miserable, and maybe miserable is the wrong word, but you need to be pushing some limits where the food, you're eating a little bit more food than you would like to, your body weight is a little bit heavier than feels comfortable, your body fat is a little bit higher than what you like to see in the mirror. I think you have to go through all of those things to really transform the body, and I'm fully committed to getting to the Olympia. So I just told myself, I was like, this is the time. I can't keep playing around. I need to lock in, and I need to go for this. And that means, you know, my food's gone up to like 5,500 calories now per day. And yeah, it feels like a lot of food, and I feel uncomfortable, and I don't like the way I look, but I have full faith that with this approach, I'm going to make really big progressions with my physique this year.
Climbing gold gilded stairs, dripping blood from my hands, fighting through all this fear. All of these scars I bear, under this robe I bear.
Get the lats more.
Feel like I'm not for dead. Heart so hollow. Look out, and I'm alone on the throne. Can't let it crumble. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Pray God forgives when He's looking down. And if I fall and crash to the ground, I find a way to win this somehow. Oh. Heart so hollow, look out, and I'm alone on the throne. Can't let it crumble. Heavy's the head that wears the crown. Pray God forgives when He's looking down. And if I
Even the boss has to put his shit back.
crash to the ground, I find a way to win this somehow. Heavy's the head that wears the
Pretty banging attachment section, if I do say so myself. Aaron helped a lot with this one, so credit to him, but it's looking good. I want a couple more things, which I can't review it yet because the enemies are out to copy me already. So we can't give them too much warning. But we'll have a few new things coming here.
Find a way to win this somehow.
Is it really necessary to eat much during bulk season?
I mean, 5,500 calories is a lot, but it really is depending on your goal. So like for example, if I just wanted to slowly improve my physique and build some muscle each year for 5 to 10 years, then I would say no, absolutely not. There's no reason to be eating 5,500 calories because you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're probably going to feel a bit bloated and heavy. You're going to be put on quite a lot of body fat that's going to be a pain to get off later. But for me, I have in my mind the goal to be out of competitive bodybuilding in the next 3 to 4 years, which means I have a very short time to be able to get to the Olympia and make an impact in the pro league the way that I want. So I can't just do things slow and steady and just add a little bit of muscle each season. I don't have that time. I have to push things so that I can be confident that I'm building the maximum amount of muscle that I can build in a single off season. And so that means a very large surplus, and that means pushing the body weight up quite aggressively every week, and that means feeling uncomfortable for a large chunk of the time, and that means eating when I don't feel like eating. So it's not essential to be eating this much, and if you see me eating 5,500 calories, don't think that you need to, but be realistic with your goals. You know, are you just trying to look a little bit better each year, or are you trying to do a remarkable transformation within 12 months and get to the Olympia? It's two completely different goals, and that means it's two completely different approaches. Pretty sure this is the only hammer strength high row in all of Bali. Hammerhead's still one of the best gyms in Bali for the equipment.
Oh, you think it looks
Yeah.
old?
It is old as fuck, and there's no maintenance and no AC. You know, the whole building looks like it's
Well, they have
yeah,
AC, but you cannot feel it.
blowing out 28-degree humid air. But in terms of the equipment, they're still one of the. I would train there if it wasn't so far away. That would be my number one preference below Undefeated.
Training with the cool guys.
Yeah.
Someday we gonna rise up on that wheel, you know. Someday we gonna dance with those lions. Someday we gonna break free from these chains and keep on flying. Yeah. They telling me it's all good, just wait. No gonna be there someday. Sipping on champagne, okay. Gotta get these things one day. Tune into another line, you know. Searching for that other high. Star, I gotta steal this nigga. Kill up, gonna be killed. I got a sack in my pocket. Toss it, yell and drop it. You know we gonna lose it someday. And we trying to hold it all together. The devil is too clever, so I'm gonna die, you gonna die, we gonna die someday. One day I said.
The barrel bins are so dope. Came out perfect. I had this vision in my mind of like oil drum bins, blacked out with Undefeated branding, and went through like 3 suppliers trying to get them. Everyone told me couldn't be done, and a couple of tries were failed. And then finally found this guy who has sea container business, and he had a bunch of oil drums. And so we just bought the like raw ones from his sea container, added the legs, sanded them, gloss painted them, and then put rubber seals around the lid, cut a circle top for water bottles, rubber seal around that, perfect. People probably like, who gives a fuck, man? It's just bins. But I don't know, the little details, they matter to me. When I'm at other establishments or other businesses, like the things that stand out, like the unique little factors that I remember, like, oh fuck, that was creative. That's a cool idea. It's like the little details. I'm trying to just have a lot of cool little features that stand out, that make us unique, make us different from the pack and for the rest of the gyms in Bali and in Asia, kind of copying each other and all doing the same thing. I want to be one of one in our own lane, setting our own trends, not copying what other people do. Original. One of my favorite things is being able to set the playlist and the music depending on like what sort of mood I'm in. Like some days I want violence and we're putting on the Hood playlist. Some days a little bit more chill, a little bit more delicate, and I want slow jams. And I think it sucks when you go to a gym and your music just does not match the mood or the vibe that you're in. I mean, you can solve the problem by wearing headphones, I guess, but I think music played over speakers instead of headphones just hits different.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. When I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making
To be honest, this is probably the first time where I've done like 100% specialized training program, meaning I'm only training muscle groups that I want to grow. And if I don't want a muscle to grow, I'm not training it, which has been like different to my whole training career because, for example, I would always do like a back day. And in the back day, I would train the whole back. I'd train the lats, the rhomboids, the traps, the rear delts, the erectors, I'd do it all. Leg day, I would do the calves, the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the adductors. I would do it all. But now being a pro and having a weight cap or weight limit, I need to be a lot more strategic to where I'm adding mass and where I'm adding muscle because I need to improve my proportions and change my shape to be able to get to the Olympia because my shape is not good enough yet. But I'm also right around a weight limit, so I can't just allow everything to grow. So my training program is quite unique at the moment. I train with high frequency, my chest, my lats, my medial delts, my triceps, my biceps, and I train nothing else. Nothing else. So it's extremely, extremely selective, but I have a plan, and the plan is to change my proportions, the proportions of my overall physique, by purely bringing up only the muscles that I want to bring up and doing my best to downsize the muscles that I don't want bigger or I don't need to improve on. It's very interesting. Like I expected them to shrink very quickly. Like for example, my legs. I haven't trained my legs in maybe 6 or 7 weeks, and I was really kind of thinking that my legs were going to turn into little chickens. But it seems, when you're eating well and eating a lot, it's quite difficult to downsize them. So my thought is that maybe like muscles like my legs or my lower back erectors, muscles that I don't want to get any bigger, I think they'll just stay the same size. And then like these areas can grow giving the illusion of the better shape and better proportion. That's my game plan anyway. And I don't think that game plan should apply to everyone. Like I see maybe beginner lifters or amateurs trying to write out these highly specialized training programs or focus blocks. It's like, bro, if you're 75 kilos, like you don't need a specialization block. You're small everywhere. Just train everything.
Don't get in the way of this game I was born to play. Your feelings, they can't have a say. In this game, you're either hunter or prey. High up here on this wire, you think you can't fly any higher.
My friend sent me a post that says actually rest in between 2 and 3 minutes build bigger muscle. What do you think about that?
Compared to like 1 minute. It's true.
Oh yeah?
It's true. I mean, sometimes I rest 4 or 5 minutes because I'm not. It's like people need to ask themselves what they're in the gym for. Are you trying to burn fat or build muscle? If you're trying to burn fat, then the case can be made to try to keep the heart rate high, keep moving, keep the rest short, blah blah blah. But if you're trying to build muscle, the pending factor is your lifting performance. And if you're going into a working set, still breathing like I am, which is indicating that your body is still fatigued, your muscle is still fatigued, it's not recovered, you're going to go and perform a set with impaired performance. You're not going to be able to perform at your best. You're not going to be able to complete as many reps with the load. So you're handcuffing your performance, and the worse you perform, less muscle you will build. So my approach, and I think this should be the approach for anyone trying to build muscle, is complete a working set, work as hard as you possibly fucking can, and then rest until you feel fully recovered to go and give it full gas again. And if you're still breathing hard, if your muscle's still burning, if your heart rate is still really high, don't go yet. Don't go yet, because your performance in that set is going to be shit, and then that set is not going to be very stimulative for muscle growth. We ain't doing circuit training here. We're trying to fucking build muscle. Oh. Go look at the people who do F45. You tell me how much muscle they got. Such a beautiful machine.
Like, what advice would you give people who are doing businesses and also trying to pursue their dream on bodybuilding?
Yeah, it's difficult. The way that I envision it in my mind is like we are characters in a video game. So it's like when you choosing your fighter or customizing your fighter in a video game, you have 100 XP or 100 points that you can distribute to the different player categories or the different traits like strength, endurance, stamina, agility, blah, blah, blah. And so I imagine it like this in reality, where we have a fixed number of XP, 100 XP if you want to call it, and I can distribute those XP between the different categories of bodybuilding, business / making money, personal life / social life, and hobbies. So they're my 4 categories. Now, if I wanted to be the best, absolute best bodybuilder that I could be, I would put 100 XP onto the bodybuilding, swipe it all the way full. And then all I would do is I would eat, I'd train, and then I'd probably just watch movies. And I'd probably be the best, I'd probably maximize my bodybuilding potential. But I don't want to live like that. I have big passions and dreams and goals within business and building brands that can give meaning to my life and purpose to my life, and also bring meaning and purpose and happiness to the lives of others. And that's why I'm investing so much of my time and my effort and my money into building Undefeated, what you see here, and building Pump. So I choose to put 50 XP in my bodybuilding and 50 XP into my business, or my money making, my finances, whatever you want to call it, my business pursuits. And then I really put 0 XP in my personal life because I don't have any left over. I put 0 XP in my personal life, at social life. I'm not dating, I'm not hanging out at day clubs. I don't really have a social circle. I'm not really just hanging out with the boys. And I don't put any XP into hobbies. You know, I don't play video games. I don't really do anything other than train, eat my meals, recovery, and then the rest of the time I'm working on my business and putting my attention on building the brands into what I believe will one day be empires. I think the problem that most people have is they take their 100 XP and they put 25 in bodybuilding, 25 in business, 25 in social life, personal life, 25 in hobbies, and they have a very balanced life, and that can be a very enjoyable life. And fair play, that might be how most people want to live, but don't expect to be able to live a really balanced life while doing anything memorable or remarkable. It just doesn't happen. I think amazing, spectacular, remarkable achievements like, winning pro cards, getting to Olympia, having 8-figure businesses, those things I don't believe happen living a balanced lifestyle. I think you need to be very selective with where you allocate your XP or your resources. So that would be my best advice, is just to be self-aware and very clear on what you want out of life and what potentially you're willing to sacrifice. Because if you think you can do it all, and if you think you can have an 8-figure business while being a pro, while having heaps of friends and a social life, while having a partner, while being able to play video games and watch movies and Netflix series, like, if you think you can do it all, you're delusional. It doesn't happen. You're gonna have to cut some things out of your life. That's just the reality of success. People will cut you off, and people will call you egocentric, they'll call you narcissistic, but I don't think there should be anything wrong with turning down an invitation or turning down a social event because you've got goals to work on that are really important to you. I feel like we get ostracized for saying no to things, and for being an outsider, or for not participating with the group and going along with the group. But perhaps it's unfair, but I really don't believe there's anything wrong with putting your own goals and your own passions and your own dreams above social activities and entertainment. Because if you're always putting the expectations or the desires of others and social activities and entertainment, if you're always putting those things above your goals, you won't achieve them. It's not likely. Success carries a high price tag.
Fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold
Can you reveal the next competition yet?
I think on maybe one of my recent videos, I was talking about the idea of doing 3 shows in Europe, I think within like a 6-week period around October time. And I was speaking with a friend who asked me about my contest plans, and I was telling him about that, and the words came out of my mouth that I'm doing it so I have like a few chances at the qualification. And when I said those words, like some alarm went off in my head, and I was just like, you pussy. Like, it's such a pussy thing to say, like, oh, like give myself a few chances, like if I don't nail it the first time. And then that was just on my mind, and then I started thinking, why am I, like, I should have the confidence to just be able to target one show and do like the C-bum approach, you know, 1 shot, 1 kill, 1 show per year, show up at your fucking best and take them all down. And don't give yourself an out, don't give yourself a plan B, don't give yourself backup options. So now I don't want to say it's confirmed because I'm still marinating on this in my mind, but now I'm thinking that I'll just pick 1 show and I'll just won't give myself another option to not be at my best, you know, because there'll be one show for the year, and I just have to be 1000% dialed and perfect for it. There is a show in December. I don't know why I'm being cryptic. The Taiwan Pro Show, December 7th, in collaboration with Monster Zim. Monster Zim do awesome shows. I like competing in Asia. The Asian athletes are fucking awesome. They're nice, they're kind. The promoters are very caring for the athletes. They make you feel like pros. The culture and the vibe, you know, after the show and around the show is very enjoyable. So I'm thinking I'll do that show and that show alone. And it's sort of a burn the boats type approach where you're just not giving yourself a second option. So the burn the boats mentality is when the army arrived at shore, they burned all their boats, so there was no option for return. It was fight and win or fight and die. That was there was no retreat. So I'm thinking that Taiwan works well because it's the last show of the year. So if I don't nail it, you know, there's no opportunity to return, retreat, do another show. I just have to be at my best for that show. I do my best work when I'm under pressure. So I think putting that pressure on myself, just knowing that there is no other option, there's no plan B, there's no backup show in a couple of weeks after that. I have to be on, I have to be my best, and there's no boat to take me home. So 1 shot, 1 kill is my current mentality for working into that show. So it's a long time away, and a lot of growth and a lot of changes in my physique has to happen, but that's what I'm working towards right now. It was a good session. My lats are smoked.
Anything before we close it?
No, it was a good session. I like training on Sundays because the gym is quiet. You just put my chill vibes on. I think in the past I've been like a little bit guilty of letting my aggression run wild in the gym, and you know, this off season trying to be, you know, It's controlled aggression, still being very strategic and intense and focused every rep, not leaving anything on the table, but really just trying to bullseye every rep. You know, me and John had this saying, you know, reps on the bullseye. You know, you can do, like, if for example a bicep curl, you know, and it's like just throwing a dart at the dartboard hoping to hit the board, but there's a higher level of training where you're treating the rep like you're not just trying to hit the dartboard, but you're actually trying to throw the dart right in the middle of the bullseye. So it really reframes the way that your mind works during the rep. You're not just content with finishing the rep. You're really trying to direct with extreme precision, maximum tension, and exactly where you want that tension to go. So that's been the new theme of the training recently, and so far so good. But we gotta go eat because training's one part of it, but I'm not getting to Olympia unless I'm putting a lot of food in, because the training is a stimulus for the growth, but the nutrition, that's what facilitates the growth. So can't have one without the other.
Avant de m'appeler R2, j'avais un prénom, j'avais des amis. Enfin je pensais, dis-toi je me trompais. J'avais une raclie, mais bon je l'ai trompé. Je me mens à moi-même avant de mentir à tout le monde. Fumeur passif, drogue dans mes poumons.
300 grams egg whites, 100 grams chicken, 120 grams of undefeated cream of rice chocolate cookie, and then how many we got? We got a few sad looking rice cakes there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rice cakes with jam. So all in all, it's around 175 grams, 200 grams carbs post-workout. So we're really pushing now because, like I said, I got goals to get to the Olympia. I need a lot of muscle to be put on certain areas, and I don't have a lot of time to do it. So this is what it takes, I believe, to really transform the physique quickly. Hard training, strategic training, and a lot of food every day.
Je veux pas savoir qui a tort, reviens si tu m'aimes encore. Maman m'a baigné, j'ai vu des queues pire que la mort. Je veux pas savoir qui a tort, reviens si tu m'aimes encore.